So, dear listeners, we quickly decided to change the plan since we have some communication issues or network issues due to the weather conditions close to Balingen. Therefore, we quickly will continue now with the session about how can manufacturing startups benefit from the Creatize Manufacturing Cloud. For that, let's quickly first recap what are problems or entry barriers that startups face. Building a scalable network, lowering the upfront costs, having a quality assurance from the beginning, lowering costs for procurement, and evaluating prices and influences of prices. For that, we quickly look at some points. First of all, product development. One of the important factors in product development when it comes to startup is speed. It's all about building and scaling from a prototype to an MVP quickly and efficiently to a finished product. Having mechanical engineers and designers that can directly access and configure a part and see the impact of different configurations is key here. With that, also reducing the need for a long procurement process to be agile and have quick development cycles is needed. Let's look at the product. As an engineer, you will get direct access to the Creatize manufacturing service platform. You can easily upload the whole project of parts that will create for you a list of parts grouped into a part list. At this stage, all your uploaded files get extracted and put into configuration. That you see here. As you just now saw, we quickly uploaded a list of parts that should be grouped together. Your individual drawings are already grouped into individual parts and pre-configured for you. Your data is already in the cloud, and this just in a couple of seconds. From here, you would now already have the option to share these parts and part lists with your colleagues, your project lead, or whoever needs access to your data. It's time to configure now what those parts should be in the end. We now can see the previously created part again. It's time to set up our configuration. First, we select our material in a list out of more than 600 materials that we have available. Here, we select a specific aluminum. Then, we define the batch sizes we are curious about to see. Select the process we would like them to be produced with, and trigger the Creatize manufacturing analysis. As an engineer in a startup, you are also interested in seeing different influences of different configurations towards price and quality. For that, you would go and select another configuration or create another configuration. In this case, we keep the part as it is, but we configure a steel part. We do the same again. We select the steel material, select our quantities that we want to have analyzed, and then select the main process before we trigger the Creatize manufacturing analysis. A third use case is maybe that you also want to be able to add different post-processes and post-treatments to some parts. In this case, you would go another configuration, again with a steel, and add carburization at the end. It's all about speed. As a mechanical engineer or designer, you are completely independent when accessing KMS of any other organization in your company. You access KMS yourself, you configure what you want, you see the options that we have, and you can make sure your configuration is on spot. You don't have to talk forth and back to your procurement department or to a supplier and even have some lost information or multiple clarification loops in these conversations. You easily configure what you want with no problem. Second point in product development, transparency. As a mechanical engineer in a hardware startup, you want to have a quick cycle and quickly understand the influences of certain configurations that they have towards your quality and your pricing. And you want to access this information yourself. You need the transparency. To support you here, Creatize believes in its calculator. It allows you to access price impacts in a 100% transparent way and lets you explore as an engineer what configuration changes lead to which price changes. This transparency is brought to you through a cost breakdown where we display the production costs and the material costs. We now go back to our part list. Here we can see the different finished analyses that we already have once we access the part. We can directly compare the production times split into setup time and process time for each process and each configuration. We now access the Creatize calculation. First of all, you can see the lead time information on top, how long will it take for your parts. Then you get an overview of the different processes split into production and process time as per your selected configuration. Here below, you have a complete breakdown of your costs, the influences of the processes, the quantities, the materials that you select, and are able to analyze yourself what you need to produce the parts that you want. Good. Let's look at the third part of product development, clarity. A third problem that hardware startups face is losing time due to uncertainty and missing clarification. KMS requires you to input the required information so we can upfront clear all questions and have a clear understanding of your needs. By having the option to configure a part specification into details and extracting the relevant information, we clarify all questions up front and can guarantee a smooth production process. Let's look at the next barrier. You get with KMS a one-stop shop. Why is this important? It gives you direct access to your offers and your orders. That's, first of all, sounds like a big challenge compared to having a procurement team. But having someone that manages your procurement can be comfortable for you. But with our product, we can overcome this pain by having a smooth process and a product that supports you here and takes away that burden that you would have without the procurement team. Giving engineers and designers direct self-access to ordering can simplify their life. As an engineer, you know what specs you want, you can quickly double check your configuration before ordering and simply order whenever you need to through KMS and our manufacturing cloud. Going back to the calculator, we can easily order ourselves by just clicking the order button. We just have to input the desired delivery date, input our customer data, and hit order. But that's not all. Similar to other shopping applications, you can access your order history, share them through a link with your financial department, and track your order status. Going to the application, you can see a history of your orders. You can select a specific order and look at the details again, check the status of your packages, download the breakdown again, or share this with a dedicated person. So, what I showed you was how you as a startup can access the benefits of cloud manufacturing through Creatize. Let's quickly summarize this again. First of all, we heard from Simon, agility. One of the biggest issues that startups face is they want to evolve their product quickly, starting with a specific product and develop from there, by exploring alternative processes, materials, and configurations for their desired parts. The manufacturing cloud makes this easily accessible for you. By accessing the Creatize manufacturing cloud, you easily get access to suppliers that you can rely on, that we know how to communicate with, and know how to get the required quality for you. Second, elasticity. A wide, externally managed network lets you easily scale and increase and decrease your part demands quickly. Third point of cloud manufacturing is cost saving. In early stage manufacturing startups, you usually have two options. Get your machines yourself or search for suppliers. Both of them are highly cost intensive. Through the cloud, you get easy access with a minimum upfront investment. Last but not least, there is the scaling factor, the global scaling factor. Certain regions can offer different materials or different processes, as well as different lead times and other scaling factors. With the cloud, you access the benefits without going yourselves to foreign countries and explore the possibilities by traveling. With that, I hope I was able to give you some insights how you as a hardware startup can benefit from the Creatize manufacturing cloud. Now, I would like to hand over back to Julia.
Thank you for the exciting Creatize insights, Simon and Fabio. And sorry once again for the technical issues because of the thunderstorm in Balingen. But you see, we are doing all this live. Now we have reached the end of the official part of our launchpad. Now your part follows. Take a drink, sit down at one of our virtual tables. They're called Cloud Manufacturing, Networking Area, Scrum and Agile, IP and Legal of our fourth and last sessions, Beers with Peers. Change ideas, discuss and enjoy our speakers live. At this point, a big thank you for your participation from my side. I wish you a fantastic finish. See you at the next Launchpad and bye-bye.